Till then, please ask your friends to join with us.
Danita, can you get me my specs better? I think it is there. So we will be going the serial number wise?
No, sir. There is some change in sequence.
Okay. So who is going to start?
So, I'll let you know. Just wait a minute.
Oh,
Anurag will start
okay. I think the
now.
jury member, Krunal bhai is the jury member, right?
Yes, along with you.
Okay. Hi Krunal bhai, how are you?
I was fine, sir. How are you? Sir?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah. Thanks, pleasure.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
So, with your permission, so let's start.
Yeah, please.
Yes, sir. A very good afternoon to all of you present here today. I, Diya Chauhan, welcome you all to the 7th International Youth Symposium 2022 on the theme of Achieving Sustainable Development Goals through Policy and Business Intervention, organized by Department of Public Policy and Governance, BK School of Professional and Management Studies, Gujarat University. International Youth Symposium would be ideal for students, academicians, and anyone who is interested in research. Before we proceed further, I would like to share what is Youth Symposium. Youth Symposium from BK School has been an exciting annual tradition since 2016. It has provided a platform to all the millennial academians across the globe for deliberation and knowledge exchanges for a sustainable world. The 7th Symposium will provide an opportunity to the youth, academicians, and industry experts from across the globe to collaborate in reinventing business practices to thrive, to grow, and succeed in this pandemic. It will be containing selected people and post presentation by students and research scholars associated with invited talks by leading expertise in various domains of management so that the discussion of implication can be possible and inspire to implement innovative thoughts. The participant will get the feedback and remark on the research work for further improvement or rectification to publish. Thank you for your attention, ladies and gentlemen. Now, let me welcome our jury member for the paper presentation, Dr. Imran Soni and Dr. Jay Desai. Now,
Hello.
I would like to welcome Dr. Kunal Soni, sir. Dr. Kunal Soni is currently working at STJ International College, Surat, as an assistant professor. Previously, he was associated with Parud University. He was the corporate exposure head in SBI Life Insurance Company for 2.5 years. He has published 12 research papers in various international journals approved by Scopus, UGC CARE, UGC, named to be few. He is an awardee of Best Research Paper Award 2 times in International Conference at Indore, Madhya Pradesh. Awarded Best Faculty Award at BBA Faculty in Parur University. He is a lifetime member of Gyan Adhyayan Parampara Trust. He is recognized as a postgraduate teacher at Gujarat University. He is also a reviewer in International Journal of Creative Research Thoughts. He has completed 10 massive open online courses. Furthermore, he has attended 12 national and international FDP on various topics of research and management. Now, I would like to welcome Dr. Jay Desai. Dr. Jay Desai has a PhD and MBA. He has a specialization in investment management, quantitative trading, artificial intelligence, corporate restructuring, and financial management. Dr. Jay Desai has 12 years experience in the area of industry and teaching. Before joining academics, He was employed with industry as head equity research with a leading equity and commodity brokerage house of India. He has taught core finance subjects like SAPM, risk management, corporate restructuring in MBA program of various universities. He has conducted more than 40 executive development programs and many consultancy projects for industry. He has authored more than 6 books and 30 national and international research papers. He is also on the board of editors and draftee of international journals of repute in the area of management. He holds doctoral degree in the area of equity markets. Thank you. Before we begin with the paper presentation, I would like to inform all the participants about the general rule. Each participant will get 8 minutes for presenting their paper and being judged for a presentation is. Listen to this very carefully, participants. Presentation and communication skills, relevance to the main topic, coverage of the topic, body language and confidence, contribution to the main theme, and implementation. So, let us begin with the paper presentation. I would like to welcome our first participant, Rajput Anurag Singh, who is going to give presentation on the title of New India, New Startups in Defense, Gujarat. Anurag, are you here? Please go ahead.
Yes.
Over to you. Please turn on your camera. All the best, Anurag.
I hope screen is visible.
Yes, it is.
Good afternoon, everyone. To be present here, I am Anurag Singh Rajput, student of MBA Defense at IDSR. Today's my topic is new startups and new challenges in defense industry, Gujarat. Before we going to our research paper, let me highlight what is Hello. Let me highlight what is startup. Startup is not a big elephant even thing. Startup is a thing about some invention to earn a profit. Let just I give us some conclude. First thing maybe your resource. Second, when you see a resource, you generate on one idea. Then one idea you it's a generation one idea is. Second thing is teacher technologies startup to build the idea in financial capital production units and etc. Then before further we go a production unit, then after a product coming market, and then after we earn a profit or we create a brand. Let me give one example. Suppose one typical example, some name of Mr. Jayantilal Chauhan and Fitlery Whistlery, Mr. Whistlery, whose idea upon water, just water like thing. Mr. Chauhan says her book. One मैंने जब पानी देखा, then उसके बाद मुझे idea है when Indians are throw out a पानी like सेवा करो जिसको जल ही जीवन है, पानी प्यासे को पानी पिलाओ. Then I सब हम फ्री में ही क्यों दे, इससे कुछ प्रॉफिट कमाए. तो उनके दिमाग का जो आइडिया है वो फ्रेजर विस्लरी के पास वो लेकर गए. देन प्रपोजल एक्सेप्ट. फ्रेजर विस्लरी ने उन्हें प्रोडक्शन यूनिट दिए, उन्हें स्टार्टअप्स की कैपेबिलिटी दी, देन क्रिएट अ बॉटल डिस्लरी। उन्होंने डिस्लरी का ब्रांड बनाया। उन्होंने उस जो पानी जो नेचुरल थिंग है, जिसके लिए किसी ने कभी कोस नहीं दिया, या फिर अगर सर्टन थिंग पुराने समय में हम देखने जाए तो पानी फ्री में मिलता था, किसी कोई पानी पे कोई टैक्स या फिर कुछ ऐसा नहीं था। देन क्रिएट अ स्मॉल आइडिया कि पानी तो है लेकिन हम उसको बेच भी सकते हैं और प्रॉफिट भी कमा सकते हैं, जिससे हम भी चल सकते हैं। सिंपल थिंग कि किसी इन्वेंशन को करने या फिर कोई फैक्ट्री करेंगे तो उसका प्रॉफिट जो होगा उससे हमारा भी फायदा होगा। देन क्रिएट अ फैक्ट्री। उन्होंने उस पानी से प्रॉफिट कमाया और उस चीज को, उस पानी को एक बोतल में, प्लास्टिक की बोतल में 20 रुपीज में बेच के आज 210 मिलियंस की एक ब्रांड ऑर्गेनाइज की है, जिसको हम बिस्लरी बोलते हैं। थैंक यू। दिस इज एन डिसीजन। This is an example of what is a startup. Then I gave some highlight of my papers. I have just some mean of abstract. My paper shows that what is if startups or funds, someone creates idea कि उनके पास idea है, then वो put on करेंगे market में, but what problems they face, उनके पास क्या प्रॉब्लम्स आती हैं इफ सर्टन उन्होंने आइडिया जनरेट कर लिए, पेपर वर्क कर लिए, लेकिन जब वो मार्केट में आए तो उनके पास क्या आइडियाज, उनका स्टार्टअप क्यों बंद हो गया या फिर उनका स्टार्टअप वर्क नहीं किया, प्रॉफिट अर्न नहीं किया। इन अ फील्ड ऑफ डिफेंस आई जस्ट इन अ फील्ड ऑफ डिफेंस डिफेंस एक्सपेंडिचर का बजट इस साल 4,78,190 करोड़ था, which we called a 30.73% total of defense expenditure in the government sector. मतलब कि इतना प्रॉफिट 13% डिफेंस को दिया जाता है, लेकिन तब भी डिफेंस के स्टार्टअप्स और वाई Indians youth are not participated startup to think in defense. वो स्टार्टअप्स डिफेंस में क्यों नहीं चालू कर रहे हैं? क्या उनको क्या प्रॉब्लम्स आ रही हैं? वो स्टार्टअप्स जो है, उनकी स्टार्टअप स्ट्रेटेजी क्या है, मतलब बंद क्यों हो रहे हैं? उनकी स्ट्रेटेजीज इतनी रिवील क्यों नहीं हो रही है कि वो क्रैक कर पा रहे हैं अमेरिका, मतलब बाहर के स्टैंडर्ड्स को क्रैक क्यों नहीं कर पा रहे हैं? फॉर फर्दर वी गो, let me highlight our research. मेरा research part है. My studies highlighted to that person कि उनके concept क्या है, क्या दिक्कत पड़ेगी उनके आगे चल के, जिसकी वजह से वो उनका वो प्रॉफिटेबल नहीं हो रहा है। आर्मामेंट्स या फिर किसी जो स्टार्टअप्स उन्होंने चालू किया, लाइक साइबर सिक्योरिटी में चालू किया है फॉर एग्जाम्पल, बट साइबर सिक्योरिटी में उनका स्टार्टअप्स क्यों नहीं हो पाया एस्टेब्लिशमेंट, कोई फैक्ट्री या ब्रांड नेम क्यों नहीं बना? that my paper presentation presentations which helpful to their people to knowing what we think we attend attending to that sync तो हम प्रॉफिट अर्न कर पाएंगे। माय रिसर्च पेपर इज सो सम हाइलाइट्स फॉर 10 to 15 from where I data collect primary data collects. I use a simple Google form which I surveyed, and my friends and fellow colleagues and family members are helping to what topic relevant to this and those. Secondary data collection, I use to some journals, research paper, and internet source. When what is a theme, what is a problem between if idea is generated, in idea is almost done, but why this is not a practical? Why he or she will fail her ideas? Then I go for let me introduce our industries of defense. First we go deeper but we want to decide it. I want to decide it to let me give what is the industry of defense. Then we go further. What is the problem between why some ideas are failure, why some strategy, why some problems are always been there when some entrepreneur, someone not be give a full think when he called, someone called, why क्या हुआ तो वो बोलते मैं आइडिया रन नहीं कर पाए भाई, मेरा आइडिया किसी ने चुरा लिया या फिर कुछ जो पर्टिकुलर थिंग्स वो दे रहे हैं. Then I just give us some sports to our industry. What is our defense countries, defense manufacturing industry? Defense manufacturing industry is a very big industry. When we think about an international level, there is a very big industry. Just other than a particular investment, a particular thing, but there is a
Right, you missed the deadline, beta. You need to move to your data and research methodology part.
Yeah, sir, sure. That is neat. This is an economic survey of startup industries. When how many startups are being finalized, how many startups are creating jobs, how many startups are actually in income tax level, how many icons are creating the startups and creating the icons starts. I just give a sport which I my studies. First is friends combinations of market. There, in this defense market, there is lots of big fish.
Sorry to interrupt you, Anurag, but we are running short of time. So please conclude as soon as possible.
Yeah. Just
Please. You have 1 minute.
Just summarize what you have done it and what is the
Yes.
finding and conclusion of it.
Okay.
That's it.
So I just first point is competition of world market. डिफेंस इंडस्ट्रीज बहुत बड़ी मार्केट है, बहुत बड़ा वर्ल्ड है, जिसमें फिश जो है वो स्टार्टअप्स को बुल्ड नहीं होने देती, उनको मदद नहीं करने देती है. देयर इज अ फाइटिंग अबाउट स्टार्टअप्स आए हैं, हम उसका आइडियाज लेकर वो कर लेते. देयर इज अनएक्सपेक्टेड फंडिंग्स. कोई भी स्टार्टअप्स हो तो वो एक्सेप्टेड करता है चीजों की रियलिस्टिक होगा ये, लेकिन कभी कभी ऐसा प्रॉब्लम आ जाता है कि स्टार्टअप्स नहीं कर पाते जो सोचे थे उस स्टार्ट से, उनका स्टार्टअप नहीं हो पाता. सेकंड थिंग इज हाई सेटेबल कैंडिडेट फॉर जॉब. समवन अगर इफ व्हेन यू स्टार्टअप कोई स्टार्टअप में जॉब करना नहीं चाहता, देयर इज नथिंग टू स्टार्टअप कि अभी स्टार्टअप में जॉब करेगा. इसमें सब वो चाहते हैं कि बड़ी कंपनी में जॉब लगे. Second is a partner. Fourth is a partnership decision. If you make a startup,
Anurag,
first,
you have to conclude your presentation, please.
I just conclude my presentation. There is some problems for my times. I just conclude. Government, many of government, Indian government are manufacturing industries. They give advantages of single thing. वो स्टार्टअप्स इंडस्ट्रीज को बड़ा करने के लिए बहुत सारे प्रोग्राम्स, एक्सपेंडिचर्स और फंड्स दिए हैं. So in this slide, then for who someone goes screenshot, take a screenshot and go for their what is the government given a benefit. Secondly, thing one which highlight I highlight index. These organizations for only for startups. If you startup, then go. They will teach you. They will guide you. What is startups? What we help. What we in futures. What we next.
Thank you, Anurag. Sir, would you like to ask
Sorry
something?
for time.
Anurag, what has been your learning? Which you
Sir,
found?
my learning is that before we start a single thing in research paper, I just research single thing. Just people try to idea, but वो idea जो उनके पास generate हुआ किसी चीज को देख के, but वो उसको implement नहीं कर पा रहे, या फिर उनके पास वो particular knowledge ही नहीं है कि वो मतलब idea generate हो गया. If you one idea मुझे पता चल गया पैटर्न ये है वो है, लेकिन जो अगर डिफेंस में ही खोजने जाए तो उनको वो नहीं पता चलेगा कि स्टैंडर्ड्स क्या है, प्रोक्यूरमेंट पॉलिसीज क्या है, प्रोक्यूरमेंट पॉलिसीज के अंदर भी कितने सारे सेगमेंट्स है जिनको जांच के बाद ही आपका पूरा का पूरा बॉडी उसमें जाएगा। तो दैट आई लर्न कि एक स्टार्टअप्स खोलना और फिर स्टार्टअप्स की जो प्रोडक्ट है उसको इंडियन स्टैंडर्ड्स को वो कर रिलेट करने के बाद उनके स्टैंडर्ड्स पर खड़े उतर क्यूए और क्यूआई क्यूसी के स्टैंडर्ड्स पर क्यू स्टैंडर्ड्स पर निकलने के बाद जो प्रोडक्ट मिलेगा वो फाइनलाइज होता है, ना कि स्टैंडर्ड्स खड़ा किया बस फाइनल कर।
Okay.
Okay, Anurag. Yes, sir. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just telling him good luck.
Okay.
Anurag bhai, please.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Anurag, just come to your title.
यस सर।
Okay. So, can you explain what is this title and exactly what you have done it? And you just brief your objective in 2-3 lines. What exactly you have done in your paper.
When my topic title is that कि what is a new startup? If अगर new startups बोला है आपके पास आइडिया आ गया है, बट when startups के बाद उनके challenges क्या है, वो जो मार्केट में उतरेंगे तो उनके पास क्या क्या challenges पड़ेंगे, वो क्या क्या challenges उनको आगे चल के फेस होते हैं, most VIP I call most VIP topics उनको फेस होंगे हमेशा, मतलब कोई भी स्टार्टअप से वो फेस हमेशा ये टॉपिक्स हमेशा फेस करेगा।
Okay. And who was the target audience?
सर टारगेट ऑडियंस रिसर्चर्स या फिर वो जो डिफेंस के मेरे क्लासमेट या फिर वो क्लासमेट या रिसर्चर्स जिनके पास आइडिया है कि वो नेशन को सर्व कर सकते हैं बाय द नॉट द थ्रू ऑफ इंडियन आर्मी में जाकर, नॉट द थ्रू ऑफ किसी भी पर्टिकुलर गवर्नमेंट सर्विस को देखकर, इनडायरेक्ट ऑफ कंपनी से सर्विस, जैसे आर्मामेंट सप्लाई करके, वो सप्लाई करके फौज रहेगी क्या करेगी जब उनके पास आर्मामेंट नहीं है, उनके पास स्टेबिलिटीज नहीं है, उनके पास इक्विपमेंट नहीं है कि वो करे क्या, इक्विपमेंट है तो वो बाहर से लाकर फिर लड़ाई करना है, इसका मतलब दूसरे के कंधे पर हथियार रख के बात हो गई।
Okay, that's it. Thank you so much, Anurag. Good luck.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Anurag. I must say it was very thoughtful and impressive. Now, I would like to welcome our next participant, Ms. Dhwani Govani and Janvi Parab, for the presentation on the title Business Performance, Corporate Finance, Stock Market and Financial Services in Pandemic. Dhwani and Janvi? Yes, Dhwani. Welcome.
Yes.
All the best. Please turn on your camera. Janvi, is she here?
Yes, my camera is on.
Okay.
Am I audible?
Thank you. Yes, you are. All the best, both of you. Go ahead.
Thank you. Just a second. Can we start? Yes.
Sure.
Good afternoon to the present here, to all the present over here. Myself, Dhwani Govani, and my co-presenter is Janvi Parab. Today, our main topic is business performance, corporate and financial services. And on this basis, we have taken one company named as Jio Reliance. Next, please. Okay, so contents we are going to include are introduction of Reliance Industry, introduction of Jio, vision of Jio, Jio's business model, investors in Jio, and success reason in pandemic. So next. Yes. Okay, so what is Reliance Industry? Reliance Industry is a multinational company located at Mumbai. Reliance diverse business includes energy, petrochemicals, natural gas, retail, telecommunication, mass media, textiles. Reliance Industry has capitalized of total US $243 billion as of October 2021. Reliance is one of the most profitable company in India, the largest publicly traded company in India by market capitalization and largest company in India as measured by the revenue. It is largest employer in India, over 36,000 employees investors. The company ranked 155th on the Fortune Global 500 list of the world's biggest companies as the 2021. Reliance continues to be the India's largest exporter, accounting for 8% of India's total merchandise exports and access to the market over 100 companies. Reliance is responsible for almost 5% of the Government of India's total revenue for customs and excise duties. It is also the highest income taxpayer in the private sector in India. Now, I would like to hold to the Janvi Parab.
Now, let us discuss about the company Jio. Reliance Jio Infocom Limited, doing business as Jio, is an Indian telecommunication company and a subsidiary of Jio Platforms, headquartered in Mumbai, Maharashtra, India. Jio first launched the telecommunication services to the group of people, the employees and the family members, just for a trial check, and later it introduced in the market in 2016. So it launched on 27 December 2015 with a beta for partners and employees, and became publicly available on 5th September 2016. It is the largest mobile network operator in India and the third largest mobile network operator in the world, with over 42.62 crore subscribers. In September 2019, Jio launched a fiber to the home service, offering a home broadband, television, and telephone services. As of September 2020, Reliance Industries has raised rupees 1.65 lakh crore by selling nearly 33% equity stake in Jio Platforms. The vision of Jio includes Jio aims at transforming India into a digital superpower by connecting everyone, everything, everywhere, and every time. To do so, the company came up with affordable high-speed data plans that could allow the masses to use the internet on their mobile phones. With this, Jio intended to become the telecom superpower by covering 90% of the population under its umbrella. In a statement from the company, it was stated that they no longer wanted internet and broadband services to be a luxury commodity. Next is what is the business model of Jio and how it works. So Reliance Jio had really smart strategies. For its initial year, Jio gave unlimited data services and high quality VoLTE calling services at surprisingly low charges. The complete change in the market made other telecom operators change their business models. Jio, eventually started charging 6 paise per minute on its calling services. And these offers created a lot of radical and unexpected changes in the consumer's behavior as well. Also, it led to many mergers and acquisitions in Indian mobile network providers. Jio in turn made people use more and more services so that they spend more. So Reliance Jio Limited focused on high-speed data instead of voice and SMS. This was a game changer in the price-sensitive market of India, as the prices before revolved around rupees 250 to 300 for a GB data, which went down to rupees 5 GB during the initial days. Yes, Swani, you can continue.
Yes, so we can see the market share before Jio and after Jio. So before Jio, Airtel was holding 8.6%, BSNL was holding 9.3%, 4.8%, and Idea was holding 17%, as well as after Jio, we can see that only three of the main companies were seen over here. Vodafone and Idea got merged into one, and the share were 38.4%, and Jio holds 19.6%, and Airtel at 29.8%. So after Jio, we can see that in short period of time, Jio holds major amount of shares. Next slide. Okay. So investors of Jio. So in Indian billionaire Mukesh Ambani, Jio Telecom career is emerging as a winner from changes in the way India consuming the plug into a digital economy made more urgent by the coronavirus pandemic. So in pandemic, as we all know that Jio is the network where the people was highly using that because of free given before pandemic. So the investor, including 5.7 billion from the Facebook and money from the private equity firms, Silver Lake, Vista Equity Partners, Chandra Atlantic, and KKR companies, increased value of Jio platform, where the Reliance last year announces it was consolidated its digital offering at roughly 65 billions. So next is.
Yes, now these are the reasons, few reasons which led to success even in the pandemic. In other areas, Ambani has shown a willingness to bet big on emerging technology. In India, Jio was an early adopter of voice over LTE, which is more efficient than traditional networks. The company expects to give it an edge in rolling out 5G services. Now, here is the diagram which shows that the graph which shows continuously rising of the number of subscribers irrespective of the lockdown or the pandemic. And yes, so one of the reason is introduction of JioMart. Yes, the company has now launched numerous value packs consisting of both internet and calling benefits, along with other on-demand subscriptions at competitive rates, which are even lower for Jio phone users. On its launch, the company announced data plans with 1 GB 4G data per day in the market, where mostly all popular telecom providers offer 1 GB data per month. Then, along with these amazing plans, Jio also started offering free voice calling and free SMS per day for its Prime members. Then it includes the focusing on car security, ultra cheaper data rate. One of the main reason for Reliance Jio strategy analysis is that it provides a very good data speed at very low prices. Before the entry of Reliance Jio, data was very expensive and the consumer had to shell up to rupees 450 for 1 GB of data. But after the entry of Jio in the telecom industry, 4 GB of the high speed of 4G data per day is offered to consumer. Then it is free voice call. Earlier, voice calling rate was an excellent matter of concern for the consumer.
Janvi, you have to summarize it as soon as possible, please.
Okay, so yes, Dhvani, you can conclude now.
Okay, so India saw an associated potential rise in the consumption of online content. Jio claims that it shows 165 crore hours worth of streaming videos on its network every month. That during pandemic, Jio is the company which shows the profit of rupees 3,795 crore from rupees 3,486 in a quarterly ending on the December 2021.
Yes, thank you, everyone. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Now I would ask Sir. So if you have any questions, please ask.
Kunal, may I?
Yes, sir, go ahead. Please.
Okay. So, Janvi and Dhvani, you have specifically studied, Reliance Jio, considering the pandemic that we were into, and as we have entered endemic phase, most probably that's what WHO is saying, that we have likely entered the endemic phase, and in next maybe 3 to 6 months we'll be out of it, maybe. Now, what I want to ask you is, because you studied a company specifically from pandemic perspective, and that's one of my areas of interest. So I would like to quote a couple of examples. For example, there's a company called Zoom. It's listed on NASDAQ.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So when the pandemic started, maybe the stock was trading at 60 rupees, $60 USD, went up to roughly 588. And as the endemic started, it has crashed down to 149. Another example is say Netflix. In the beginning of the pandemic, the stock was maybe at 300 rupees, went up to 700, and now almost it's below $400 level. So, as you have studied from pandemic perspective, do you believe that a similar sort of impact on Reliance Industries based on your study that you have recently concluded?
Can you repeat your question? Last what you said, it was not audible.
Okay. Am I audible now, madam?
Yes, sir.
What I'm asking you is, as you have studied the pandemic perspective on the performance of Jio, what I want to ask you is there are certain companies that did phenomenally well during the pandemic
Yes, sir.
because
Yes,
their
sir.
business model was supporting the requirements. And then those
Yes,
stocks
sir.
in developed economies, they have crashed. For example, their revenues have come down. Their profitability has been impacted with the beginning of pandemic. Do you feel the same happening with Reliance Jio? That's what I'm asking you.
सर रिलायंस जियो जो पहले जब था मतलब कि रिलायंस ने पहले जो उसकी स्ट्रेटेजी यूज की थी तो उसके मुताबिक मुझे नहीं लगता कि जियो उतना गिरेगा क्योंकि उसने क्या स्ट्रेटेजी यूज की थी कि पहले उन्होंने फ्री में दिया तो उन्होंने तब उसके कंज्यूमर्स को सारे कंज्यूमर्स को अट्रैक्ट कर दिया था उसी टाइम पे तो जो लोग दूसरे कोई भी नेट यूज कर रहे थे कोई भी डेटा तो वो जियो में शिफ्ट हो गए तो मुझे नहीं लगता कि जियो ये जो पैंडेमिक के बाद भी उसकी जो वो है वो डेटा कम हो जाएगा अकॉर्डिंग टू योर एग्जांपल जूम एंड नेटफ्लिक्स क्योंकि उतना उसका शेयर नहीं
Comparatively, the service which Jio provides, which is faster data speed and huge amount of data, it is one of the reason why Jio won't fail in further. And as we are all saying that it is almost failure of Vodafone and Idea, so it is going down. So now in market we have Jio as the perfect competitor and Airtel. BSNL is already running into losses, so Jio is preferred preferred by majority of the people.
Okay. Thank you. Kunal bhai.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Okay. So, dear, what is your title? Is corporate governance, business performance, and share market. So, have you checked any parameters related to corporate governance?
Sir, if we talk about the corporate governance, so here Jio is the thing. Jio is the company which corporate people also uses. So according to me,
No, what is my
it is
question? Is,
the company.
there are four basic parameters of corporate governance, right? If I talk about people, purpose, process, and performance, right?
Yes.
So, right. So that parameters you have to study if your title is corporate governance, share market, and all these things, right? You have just shown, and it's a nice try that you have shown it. You have shown the performance of the telecommunication sector, right? But whatever the variables that you have covered in your title, that part was missing in your paper. So next time, whenever you are going for it, so based on the variable, you should try to include such things so it will suffice your objectives.
Yes,
Sir,
sir, okay.
it was corporate finance. So we have did. It was corporate finance.
Let me check.
Topic was corporate business performance, corporate
Okay,
finance.
corporate finance. Okay, okay. Sorry, sorry.
Business
Yeah,
strategy.
yeah. Okay,
Yes, sir.
fine, fine. Then, thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Wonderful presentation, Dhwani and Chandri. Thank you. Now, before we proceed further, I would request everyone to please turn on their camera, please, so that we can take screenshots. I request everyone to please turn on your camera. Is it done, Sonia?
Yes, I have taken the screenshot. Thank you.
Okay, Priyanshi. Now over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Dia. And with this, we will move to our next presenter of the day, that is Parth Langeja and Krishna Makani. They are presenting on the title, A Study on Mutual Funds as Investors Awareness. So all the best to you, Parth and Krishna.
Yes, yes. Am I audible and visible?
Yeah, you are audible and visible.
Okay, so Krishna, you should start.
Yes.
1 minute, 1 minute. Visible, screen is visible.
Yes.
Okay, so it is visible.
Yes.
So Krishna, so you should start.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Krishna Makani, and my co-presenter is Parth Rangneja. So our topic is a study on mutual funds of as investor awareness. A mutual fund is a type of financial vehicle made up of a pool of money collected from many investors to invest in securities like stocks, bonds, money market instruments, and other assets. Mutual funds are divided into several kinds of categories representing the kinds of securities they invest in their investment objectives and the type of returns they seek. Next, please. So, how mutual fund works? Investors pools money with fund house. Then fund managers invest in securities based on common financial goals, which generates returns, and these returns were passed back to investors. Mode of investing. So there are total four modes of investing. First one is lump sum investment. Second is systematic investment. Third is systematic transfer plan. And fourth one is inter-scheme switches. Lump sum investment. It is a one-time investment you make, like say rupees 1 lakh. If you have a substantial disposal amount in hand and have a higher risk tolerance, then you may opt for making a lump sum investment. Second is SIP. You can invest in mutual funds in a staggered manner through a SIP, that is systematic investment plan. Under SIPs, you can invest a small amount regularly, say rupees 10,000 a month over 12 installments. SIP is an ideal choice if you don't have a lump sum to invest. As SIPs allow periodic investments, it has gained popularity recently. So third one is STP. STP refers to the systematic transfer plan whereby an investor is able to invest lump sum amount in a scheme and regularly transfer a fixed or variable amount into another scheme. Fourth is inter-scheme transfers. Inter-scheme transfers is the process of a mutual fund scheme selling its securities to another scheme within the fund house. It is an alternative to otherwise selling the assets outside. Let's move forward to types of mutual funds. First one is organizational structure, which includes open-ended funds, closed-ended funds, and interval funds. Second one is management of portfolio. First one is active funds, and second is passive funds. Third one is investment objectives, which includes growth funds, income funds, and hybrid funds. Next is investment portfolio, which includes equity funds, debt funds, hybrid funds, liquid funds. Last one is other fund types, which includes exchange traded funds, gold ETF, ELSS, retirement or pension scheme, overseas fund, and fund of funds. Advantages of mutual funds are professional management, diversification, convenient administration, return potential, low cost, liquidity, transparency, flexibility, choice of schemes, well regulated, and tax benefits. Disadvantages of mutual funds are no control over costs, no tailor-made portfolios, managing a portfolio of funds, and delay in redemption.
Now I like to hand over to Parth Langeja.
Thank you. So we can previously we can see how mutual funds work and advantages and disadvantages. But why mutual fund is why? So first thing is what does inflation do to your expense? So X product in today 30,000. So after 5 years it will become 40,000. So day by day inflation rate are increasing. Second thing is what does inflation do to your savings? So today we have a cash in 1 lakh. So after a 5 year, it will become a 80,000. So day by day, our purchasing power will be decreases. So this is the second reason. And third reason is what is your bucket list? All the people have some little bit bucket list in a four categories of short-term needs, short-term aspirants, long-term needs, and long-term aspirants. So in short-term needs, we can see a lifestyle upgrade, and emergency fund for health, learn goal, and post-graduation course. And second objective is short-term aspirant. So short-term aspirant is buy a new gadgets, and a lifetime club membership, and long-term. And third thing is long-term need. So long-term need is launch or startup, and first home, and destination wedding in Jaipur. So this is the long-term needs and long-term experience. So long-term experience, it means latest SUV, and climb Mount Everest, and space tourism, a vacation home in Goa. So those are the our challenges. So solution is start saving earlier. You start is better, and process for saving to investing. So in our Indian culture, our parents are always saying savings karo beta, savings karo, but investing का नहीं बोलते. So this is not relevant for our Indian culture. And put money to work rather than accumulating or keeping it ideal, and benefit from power of compounding. So and next is a uh, in long term perspective, we can invest in equity, and medium term we can invest in hybrid schemes, and short term it will become a debt scheme. But our Indian psychology, we can long term के लिए हम एफडीज कर रहे हैं, एंड शॉर्ट टर्म में पैसा बनाना है तो हम इक्विटी का सहारा लेते हैं. तो दिस इज नॉट relevant for our investment strategies. So here we can see equity schemes. So long-term aspirants for small cap funds, mid cap funds, multi cap funds, ELSS funds, and large cap funds. And medium term, we can go with the hybrid funds, balanced advantage funds, equity funds, and conservative funds. And short term for corporate bond fund, yield fund, and short-term debt fund. So those are the schemes. And here we can see a power of compounding. So here two-person, Ria and Vivan. Ria at 25 and Vivan at age of 35. So both are investment in a mutual fund. So monthly investment is 10,000, and Vivan invest in 30,000 per month, and invest till age of 60. So age of 16, remaining 35 year, Ria putting the 42 lakhs, and Vivan putting the 90 lakhs of total investment, and value of investing age of 60 is 6.5 crore rupees, and Vivan make up of 5.7 crore rupees. Here we can see Ria is less amount spending to investment. It will become a 42 lakhs, and Vivan will become a 90 lakhs. But majority of investment is gaining to Ria. So come to the next slide. So here we can see some schemes of better return. So here we can see 10 years return, a 10%, 12%, 30% return. It is easy to earn. So next is a role of rating agency. So role of rating agency facilities to inform investment decision making, provided independent and reliable opinion of schemes, and help meet specific investment objectives. So those are the reasons why mutual funds are best than the other investment objectives. So over to you, Krishna.
Thank you, Parth. The objective of this study are The present study is conducted with the following objectives. First one is to measure the awareness level of the retail investors about mutual fund investment, and second one is to see whether there exists any difference in the awareness level among the investors with different geographic profile. Next. Hypothesis of the study. Based on the objective, the null hypothesis considered were H1, there is no significant difference in the awareness level about mutual fund investment among the various age groups. H2 is there is no significant difference in the awareness level about mutual fund investment between male and female. H3 is there is no significant difference in the awareness level about mutual fund investment among the investors belonging to different academic background. And H4 means there is no significant difference in the awareness level about mutual fund investment among the investors belonging to different academic background. Next, please. So here is analysis and interpretation. The reliability statistics shown by Cronbach alpha was 0.866 and the scale used was considered reliable and internally consistent. This table consists of the descriptive statistics of awareness level. Next, please.
Krishna, please summarize and be quick.
Sorry?
Please summarize or conclude your session.
Okay.
Okay. While instruments like shares give high returns at the cost of high risk, instruments like NSC and bank deposits give lower returns and higher safety to the investor. Mutual funds aim to strike a balance between risk and return and give the best of both to the investor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Krishna and Parth. So, what is the conclusion, right? If being an financial advisor, if I want to suggest between the traditional financial instrument and the market link instrument that we have, so what is the basic USP of mutual fund that people will start making investment into the mutual fund?
So, sir, basically our goal is our investment goal is हमें पता होना चाहिए कि हमें क्यों करना है इन्वेस्टमेंट एंड our long term goal के लिए हम इक्विटी का सहारा ले सकते हैं and SIP is the best way of investment and recently and best thing is our Indian economy. Now Indian economy is around $3.1 trillion and as per economist it says that 2025 our Indian economy 5 trillion benchmark, so a huge potential in our Indian economy and mutual fund.
If I have a FD, if I have a mutual fund and I have equity, right? So
Yes.
as per the risk and return parameter,
Yes.
which one would you prefer?
So, sir, it is what's your age? If your age is 25, you go with 75% of equity and 25% of debt. But if your age is 55 years, so go with 40% of equity and 60% of debt. So that is
So
that
you
is
want to say risk bearing capacity, right?
yes.
Yes, Jai sir, please.
Yeah, thank you. So, did you conduct a survey, Parth and Krishna?
Yes, sir. Data हमने online लिया है
No,
and
that's fine.
hypothesis.
Did you conduct a survey through Google form?
Yeah.
No, sir, no, we didn't.
So the hypothesis that you tested it on which data?
वो डाटा हमने ऑनलाइन लिया था, वो जो हाइपोथेसिस वाला है ना वो.
So it is somebody else's research report that you have put into your report?
नो सर, नो. मतलब कि डाटा हमने लिया है एंड इंटरप्रिटेशन के लिए मैं थोड़ा बहुत लिया था.
So where did you take that? What is the source of that data?
वो तो याद नहीं है, मतलब कि मैंने सर्फिंग के समय मैंने लिया था इसलिए.
Okay. Yeah.
It is no idea about that.
No problem. Okay.
Thank
Good
you,
luck.
sir.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Parth. Thank you, Krishna, for your presentation. So with this, our next presenter is Diya Chauhan and Priyanshu Ratandaya, and they are going to speak on the topic, a study on sustainable fashion. So very best to you.
Can you tell the name of this presenters? What is it?
Diya Chauhan and Priyanshu.
Okay, Diya Chauhan and Priyanshu. Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay.
Yes, sir.
All the best
So,
to you.
thank you, Priyanshi.
May I present
Priyanshu,
the
please
screen, sir?
present.
Screen is visible?
Yes. Okay, thank you. So let's just be honest, our environment is getting worse each day, right? Yes. Words like water pollution, air pollution, water scarcity, etc. are very familiar in our daily life. And we humans are very conscious about how to save the environment. So some are the alternatives even we know, like replacing plastic bags by reusable bags, saving foods, saving electricity and water. But is this enough? What about clothes we wear? Are they connected with environment and are they connected with environment and are they connected with environment and fashion? Yes, they are. So with this, I would like to thank BK School of Management for giving us this opportunity for presenting ourselves. I, Diya Chauhan, along with my friend Priyanshu Ratandharia, would like to give a presentation on a study on sustainable fashion. Over to you, Priyanshu.
Thank you, Diya Chauhan, for introducing us. Good afternoon to everyone. Now let us see what sustainable fashion actually is. Sustainability in the context of fashion means process from manufacturing of raw materials to its end use, that is disposal. To use green raw materials is like organic cotton, then linen, which is durable and which gets softer and stronger the more it's get used. Then unlike wool. Now, as a disposal of the clothes, we can recycle them and reuse them again for the next purpose, so that usage of cotton would be less. Over to you, Dia.
Thank you, Priyanshu. Yes, as Priyanshu said, sustainable fashion is majorly concerned with raw materials and recyclation of clothes. So there are many environmental challenges that face the current fashion industry, which is non-sustainable. Issues like, please change the slide. Yes. The first one is contamination and water consumption. So here I would say in contamination, 20% of water waste comes from the fashion industry. They produce and manufacture clothes so that they dye, they do dyeing, and with that treat it accordingly. So with it produces a very large amount of pollution. And in water consumption, I would say only just to produce only a pair of jeans, 7,000 liters of water is used. The second is emission of carbon. So here I would say 10% of worldwide carbon emission is produced due to the fashion industry's manufacturing. Over to you, Priyanshu.
Thank you, Dia. Other one is use of chemicals. Using of chemicals like hydrogen peroxide, hypochlorite, caustic soda, ammonia, etc. cause eye irritation, skin burns, and respiratory problems. Other one is the production of waste. The fashion industry is one of the most wasteful industry in the world. Globally, we produce 30 million tons of textile.
And this is also one of the challenges which they are facing. Next slide, please.
What? Hello?
Sir, have you said something?
Here are my suggestions that they should be offered remote telehealth places.
Sir, you are not audible.
They should be providing.
We are not saying anything. That should be some disturbance. Please check.
They should be provided
Okay,
with
sorry,
help
sir,
to
sorry.
listen to them, the therapist who
Priyanshu, please check.
in return
Hello?
because
There there is some issue from your side.
there are many speakers, but
From my side.
Yes.
His voice is getting echo,
Okay.
right? It is repeated.
medium, so which this arithmetic only should be.
Yes, please continue, Priyanshu. Sorry for the inconvenience, sir.
That's okay.
Sir, sorry for the inconvenience, as I was coordinator of track 1, so there is also one meeting going on of this
Go
event.
ahead, go ahead.
Sorry, sir, sorry. Yes, sir. So I was saying that the last point is the production of waste. The fashion industry is one of the most wasteful industry in the world. Globally, we produce 30 million tons of textile waste per year. The sustainable fashion claims that the 95% of this waste could be reused or recycled. Over to you, dear.
Thank you, Priyanshu. Uh, so we have conducted an survey where we wanted to see what people think about green clothing and sustainable fashion. So here we have asked some several questions. Here it is. How much do you believe that the information you receive about your clothes being environmentally friendly when you buy green clothes? Where we have given three options to the people. First is organic materials are used in green clothing. Second is green clothing reduces pollution in the dyeing process. And the third is workers are treated ethically. Where where we have seen majority of the people believe and agreed that organic materials are used in green clothing. Where we have seen and thought that people are more aware about green clothing and they are well informed. Over to you, Priyanshu.
Thank you, Dia. We have conducted another survey and asked the question that which clothes you like to purchase. Majority of the people, that is 61% people, agreed that they would like to eco-friendly clothes. Now, there are some roles of individuals that they should perform while concerning about sustainable fashion. First is and most important step is towards sustainable fashion is to buy recycled clothes. Thus, seeing the tagline recycle doesn't mean that you can buy it, but before it, you should duly verify that the clothes are really recycled and made with environmental friendly practices. Now, combining clothing in usual ways and recycle them once they have worn out. That means that you should not throw out or contaminate the worn clothes. You should give them for recycle purposes. Over to you, Dia.
Thank you, Priyanshu. Now, I would say what you donate what you no longer use. So here I would say don't just dispose your clothes in soil, but donate it to the donate bags, charity bags, sales, and the other one is consider quality over quantity. We people often give preference to the cheap clothes where they are really harmful to our skin and as well as environment. So we should play a vital role while we are buying green clothes. Last but not the least, each year that a garment is worn result in less pollution. So yes, it is. As we won't dispose our clothes in soil, but we would recycle. We would start giving it to the recycling process. So there won't be much pollution in the environment, right? So here it is. Over to you, Priyanshu.
Thank you, Dia. Now, let us see that which impact sustainable fashion has left behind. First one is clean water and sanitation. One cotton t-shirt is produced with the usage of 2,700 liter of water. That is consumption amount of a person for 2.5 years. So, with sustainable fashion, wastage of consumption of water can be reduced. As a result, there would be more clean water for the effective use. Second one is climate action. The global fashion industry emits a sustainable amount of greenhouse energy, but ethical sustainable materials made from recycled or natural fabrics. So they don't need any kind of chemical treatment and emit less carbon. Over to you, Tia.
Yes. Life below water. So we would say Some people use their clothes and then after for the disposal, there is also one way people prefer that they throw it off to the water, and which creates much pollution in underwater. So by adopting sustainable fashion, green eco-friendly clothes, it won't be a major issue, and it would impact in better way. So the life below water, fish, and there are many more water animals are there, so they won't be much affected. Fair label practices. Now, I would say, as it is but obvious and but natural that if in factories if the company starts creating green clothing, then they would give more respect and behave ethically to their laborers and employees, because they are already following the path of sustainable fashion, which is a kind of cause for the society only and for the environment. High quality materials, here I would say linen, organic cotton are really high quality materials. Well, it won't create much pollution or nothing else. Linen is very strong, durable, easy to dry, and easy to dispose. And which here I would say, while recycling the material and clothes here, we will get the best result from the waste materials. Over to you, Priyanshu.
Thank you, Dia. Now, I would like to conclude that circularity is the word of the movement, which means rather than usual process, let us adopt the circularity process. That is to recycle worn out clothes and put them into system again, and so and so. Now, there's a different system also can be adapted from the usual system, that is to throw out the clothes and buy them new. Different system would be recycling process, use them again give them for recycling after using and warning out, and then after using them again. So that would be our new system. Over to you, Dia.
Thank you, Kunal sir and Jay sir, and
Thank you
everyone for
everybody
listening
and
us
everyone
out.
for listening
Here
us.
we conclude.
Yes. Is it a conceptual paper, or have you gone through any survey kind of things?
We have gone
So
through
we
a
have done.
survey for from BK people only about knowing their ideas and views about green clothes and sustainable fashion. We have put two questions out of it, like they really believe in green clothing after when they go for buying the clothes, and how many of them are ready to buy the green clothes or new clothes, which are unsustainable. New clothes means.
So, what what you have done exactly? If it is sustainable fashion, so have you checked any impact of or something like what you want to convey to the society?
We want to convey to the society that, as I have concluded, that there should be a different system for sustainable clothes. Like all people are go behind brands and new clothes which are cheapest and polyester material and other low cheap materials. But one should
Material
go
like
after.
synthetic too.
Yes, one should go after like organic cotton, linen, which is more durable and which is less affected to environment, and they should buy them more. And some of many brands like Levi's and H&M are producing these kind of goods.
Okay, so what is the most preferable components of sustainable finance for the BK people in your survey?
What is most? Sorry, sir.
Preferable component for sustainable finance out of the survey that you have conducted from the
Sir,
BK
we have
people?
conducted survey on sustainable fashion, not finance.
Fashion, yes, sustainable fashion. So, what is the ultimate features that you have seen in your survey from the people of BK?
So we have seen that are largely attracted towards green clothing, but not really using that. So we are just hoping that listening at this presentation, they might go forward. They might start choosing green clothing
Yeah,
and
yes,
buying
yes, sir.
eco-friendly clothes.
Thank you. Yeah, yes, yes, sir.
No, I'm good, sir. I think you have asked questions which I was curious about. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Good luck to
Thank
both
you,
of you.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. It was good to listen your presentation. And with this, our next presenter is Rahul Patel and Rajvi Patel. They are presenting on the topic Marketing the New Landscape, Green Marketing, Content Marketing. So Rahul and Rajvi, are you ready?
Good afternoon. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
Okay. So good afternoon, judges and respected participants. So my name is Rahul Patel, and along with Rajvi Patel, I would be okay. Sorry, yeah. So I would be presenting on the topic marketing the new landscape, concept marketing. Content marketing and green marketing. So let's begin with the introduction. Now, what is the introduction to new landscape in marketing? Nowadays, what's happening in 2021st century is that the marketing level have changed. The people have made different approaches for the marketing. So the new marketing right now, which is going on and which is trending in the market, that is for sure green marketing as well as content marketing. Now, what is happening in green marketing is that even they are producing the product in such a way which is sustainable. So they are protecting the environment in such a way so that even the environment is protected and the marketing concept also is going in a very good way. So next slide, please. The green marketing a revolution. Now, why green marketing is a revolution? Let me give you an example by saying this. If you all have witnessed about the Mama's Earth product. Now, that is a product which they generally make creams for the men and not even men, even for unisexual creams and all. They have shampoo cream, glow cream, fairness cream, and all. So, what is their target? Now, they have made some target that to build around 10 lakh trees to build 10 lakh trees in within next 5 years. 5 years in the sense 2025 or 26 something. So why are they doing this? Why are they using this strategy in marketing? Number one, their product is first of all natural. So if the product is natural and it's not harmful to everyone, so that would be a good point for them of marketing. And the second thing is that by saying this, by growing the trees, it's benefit for the environment for sure, as well as it's a very good strategy which they are using for themselves. So we can say that Go Green is right now very a good level. It have reached a very good level of marketing. What do you, Rajvi?
Am I audible properly?
Yes, Rajvi.
Okay. First of all, green products and its characteristic. We can define the green products by following measure. First of all, you can all say that and also familiar with the word of the recycle. So which of the products make recycle, reusable and biodiversifiable, we can be say that the green products. After all, green products are made in the natural ingredients, not artificial ingredients. 0% of chemical it had been used in that. There will be strictly restriction on the pollution, so it will be helped in the green product. First of all, green products are also used. Sorry for interrupt, but my camera is not still going on. दो बार मैंने ट्राई किया पर मेरा कैमरा पता नहीं आज सपोर्ट नहीं कर रहा है. सॉरी सर. Those products are help to save environmental and atmosphere. It will be used in the green products. Mainly think that products are there will be in no testing on the animals. I see that many of the companies are apply their products and launching their products in the market before they are applied in the innocent animals. But I should that many of the companies are testing their product on the innocent animals, but used on the product, and also they can be used the product of eco-friendly packaging like reusable refilling. I also see that Bata products. We can like that Bata products. Many of the before many years they used to plastic bags, but after all they used to recycle reusable bags, and we can also see that. Next slide, please. Anurag? Yes, Rahul.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, Rahul.
Yeah, so I'll be saying you the rules of green marketing. As you have seen, the first point is know your customer. So whenever you are going to do any green marketing product, you must know your customer, the range of the customer, or even you must know what is the targeted customer. Number two, educate your customers. You need to educate your customers regarding not only regarding the green marketing, regarding the other specifications of the product too. Number three, being genuine and transparent. That is, of course, the ethics of the marketing. Then it would be the reassure of the buyer. Consider your pricing. Yeah, so the pricing, the main factor is pricing. The pricing must be in such a way reasonably set that the customers, wide range of customers are able to afford it. So, and the next would be your giving your customers an opportunity to participate. So, like I mentioned about the Mama Earth, that they are giving indirectly, they're giving their customers to participate in their tree building campaign, that we are going to plant this much amount of trees. So that's a very good initiative taken by them. Uh, and the last would be the leading brands and customer especially. So here they are trying to say that the leading brands, whichever the main brands are there, they have changed the level of marketing. Nowadays, if you see, even Apple, brands like Apple have started green marketing. Next slide, please. Here you can see some of the success companies which are going, and they have the mantra of the green marketing, like Tata and Wipro and all. Over to you, Rajvi, for the next.
Yes, Rahul. Thank you. Next slide, please. Okay, content marketing, which had many of the content. It's simply terminology. We can say that the content marketing, but in the content marketing, actually strategy used to the attract the people and engage with the product which we can sell in the future. First of all, this approach establishes expertise, promotes brand awareness, and keeps your business top of the mind when it's time to buy what you sell. Next slide, please. There are many of the companies are there, like 9 companies are there. Oreo, first of all, I can say that they engage with their audience. They also entered in the Indian market. It was really dominated by the popular brands like Britannia and Parle, right? And next is Amul, famous company of the India for their topical stories, is definitely in the exception. And also you will find their evergreen Amul girl in each and every of the content, as if she is conveying their story from their perspective. After all, Zomato, all of the members of the India are familiar with the Zomato. Food delivery, best food delivery platform in the India is Zomato. Their recently social media intersection promoting Ghar Ka Khana becoming viral in the online virtual platform. It's, we can call that content marketing. After all, Ola, I think one tagline of the Ola is "PK mat chala," and that can be also advertising of their Ola company, right? And enjoy your Indian people's holiday. It can be advertised of their products, like after all, Flipkart. Funny and almost we can say that all the Flipkart's ad with the made with the features of the child actor, which essentially increase in the advertisement. After all, HP India, Swiggy is the sharing funny memes and mouth-watering food photos shared in the online platform. They care for their partners. They all know that how to people connect with the product which we can introduce in the online platform. After all, we can say that the OLX in India, one of the best selling and purchasing online company in the India. And last of Wake Fit, in 2019, that Wake Fit, introduced in the market. Most of the people, we all are spending 50 to 60% of our life in the sleeping hours, so they also introduced their product Wake Fit in India in their online platform. So that is from my side. Over to you, Rahul.
Yeah, next slide, please. Yeah, in the conclusion, I would like to say that along with green marketing, even the content marketing, if you mix that both, for example, if an industry is going even with green marketing, sorry, even with green marketing as well as content marketing, so they have a very good combination of growing that business. Over to you, Rajvi.
Yes, as well as consumers are also more about the technology which we use in the new products. If we enter in the market with the new products, there must be necessary of the products marketing. How we marketing our products and how we expand our products advertisement. So that is the our side, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, done. So, can you throw some light on ethical issues in green marketing, which is one of the major areas of debate among scholars? So, if you have some idea, can you, you
There
know,
are ethical issues which
enlighten
are
us
happening.
yeah.
There are surely some ethical issues which are happening. If we even see with some of the examples which Rajvi mentioned in Ola and all, there might be some ethical issues which are truly happening or going on. There is a debate which is going on. But I prefer that, yes, if you are going with green marketing, like for example, if I give an example of, I'll give the example which I gave Mama's Earth product, right? So they are for sure providing natural products, but some amount of in that also some amount of you can say that ingredients are added which are not good for our skin or something like that. You can say that along with green marketing, even some part also is included where it's going in other track. But as a whole, I feel that green marketing is not a bad idea, and it must go on.
Okay, thank you. Good luck.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Rahul and Rajvi. It was indeed a wonderful presentation. Now, I would like to welcome Ms. Payal Lutani and Ms. Priyansi Joshi for the presentation on the title, How New Normal is Shaping the Future of HR. Payal and Priyanshi?
Yeah, thank you, dear.
Yes. All the
Thank
best.
you, dear.
Yes, Payal.
For the
All the
reference, I
best.
will be sharing the presentation through my laptop and will be speaking and presenting my mobile. So just consider it. Thank you.
So I'm not able to hear her. So,
Yes,
um,
sir. I guess she's might having some network issue.
okay.
Hello,
Payal,
sir.
please check or try to rejoin.
Yeah, just a minute, just a minute.
Yes.
Hello, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, Payal.
Okay,
Please
perfect.
turn on
Thank
your
you.
camera. Yes.
Thank you. Good afternoon, respected sir, and all my fellow mates present here. Payal Lotani, author from Public Policy and Management, and me, Priyanshi Joshi from Business Economy and Public Finance, students of BK School of Professional and Management Studies, Department of Public Policy and Governance, are going to present our presentation on today's topic, that is how new normal is shaping the future of HR. The COVID-19 pandemic disrupted labor market globally during 2020. The pandemic pushes companies and consumers to rapidly adopt new behavior. During these COVID days, we have seen that many of the employees were having a new trend of work from home. So it is not that work from home was not in trend, but many of the companies were not supporting the work from home policies, and COVID-19 has been helping to shape the new normal to HR. So the pandemic sweeping the world, COVID-19 has rendered a large proportion of the workforce unable to commute to work as to mitigate the spread of COVID-19. This has resulted in both employers and employees seeking alternative work arrangements. So yeah, next slide, please.
Yeah. So talking about the United Nations recently posted Sustainable Development Goals, 17 sustainable goals were presented. Among them, we will focus on goal number 9, which is industry innovation and infrastructure through our research methodology. The goal number 9 was industry innovation and infrastructure, where the development is mostly focused on developing industry and innovation and infrastructure. As HR being the base of any industry, we try to bring more development in the changing times in the pandemic by shaping the future of HR by focusing more on work from home activity and try to achieve the goal number 9 presented by United Nations. The purpose of our research is to find out the sudden and widespread shift to work from home during the pandemic impacted how workers allocate their time throughout the day, to find how potential productivity improvements and the cost of savings seen after the work from home is being adapted as the new normal. Then the purpose was also to know the changed preferences of the employees for working from home in the post-COVID-19. And also the last purpose for this research was how the new normal work from home is shaping the future of HR. Is it the positive side or the negative side? Although any research have their limitation, for our research, the limitations were the accuracy is based on primary data we collected through Google form. So there is a possibility that many respondents might not have given the accurate and precise response from their side. So there might be some lack of accuracy to our data. And also the second limitation we found was there can be a possibility of information as the respondents we collected were around 100.
The research methodology, our research was designed in a way that it was a descriptive research design, where the primary data is based upon the survey that we have, questionnaire survey it was there, and approx 103 respondents have been participated in this survey. So that is our primary research data, and our secondary research data will be presented in a statistical format that will be coming in upcoming slides. The data analysis, that is our primary data, has some questionnaires like occupation of respondents. So they were interns, professionals, technical workers, clerical and administrative team, and managers who have been participated here. And the maximum work from home that is carried out by the 27%, 27.2%, that is clerical and administrative team. So yeah, as we know that clerical and administrative team, has a lots of computerized work. So the ratio for work from home, according to our research, was 27.2 given by clerical and administrative team. And the next question, that is the most preferred benefit among mentioned below. So these are some of the benefits for work from home, where 38.3% of the respondents have said that if the like we can say the best benefit was effect on mental and physical health, including the socialize with colleagues. So yeah, this was the major benefit that work from home employees have been faced. So if we see practically, if we see that if I am mentally and physically healthy, I would be able to focus more on what am I doing. So yeah, that is a plus point for work from home policies.
The next question we asked that if you feel there is increase in your productivity, here are some common reasons. Kindly mention yours. The reason given by taking break as per your convenience, comfortable workspace, no hustle of commuting daily from work from home, and work-life balance, and not agreed about to increase productivity at work from home. We found that majorly 33% of the respondents felt that they had comfortable workspace and can increase their productivity as they had the comfortable workspace. And also there was a decrease in their commuting time. The time taken to go from work from home to office was decreased, and the increase in the productivity was seen due to this reason. the respondents was asked to rate how much they like working from home, and the satisfaction level can be seen through the graph itself, that 40% of the 40 respondents from 100 plus respondents found that they were satisfied and like working from home only.
Yeah, the biggest struggle, as we know, that every coin has a two sides. So whether work from home is good or bad, it has a struggle also. It has some bad sides also. So we cannot say bad sides, but yeah, struggle is there. We can see everywhere. So by this, we can analyze that 18.3% of them are facing struggle for workspace infrastructure. Yes, as we know that office would have a good infrastructure. So if one is working from home, there might be some struggles, and the majority of them has said that workspace infrastructure, and the second comes technological infrastructure, are the struggle that they face from work from home. This was the primary data, and if we see our secondary data, it is presented here in a form of a graph. 67% of employees surveyed were taking steps to allow employees to work from home who don't normally do so. So as I said that COVID time has pushed, or we can say promoted, work from home at a large scale. Here is the data. 67% of them has adopted work from home during COVID pandemic. 37% were actively, 36% were 36% were actively encouraged all employees to work from home in some or all parts of the countries as of mid-March. 42% were encouraging employees to work from home on case-by-case basis, and 6% were encouraging employees to work from home in hotspots. With these, if we see the major findings, so according to our research, we have some major findings that 38.3% felt that they were good enough. They had a good effects and good effects on their physical as well as mental health, which was the most effective benefit found while work from home. And maximum were happy, as we have seen the chart. Maximum of them were happy and satisfied while work from home as their new normal working environment. The struggle faced by most of the respondents was change in their workspace infrastructure and lack of technological support. And with this, 63.1% still are unsure that they are having a good and healthy routine. As we say, or as we experience, that it is not easy for us to adopt new technologies, or it takes some time. So this is the graph, or we can say this is the growing scale where employees are also getting habituated to the new policies. Half of the respondents feel more productive by work from home as compared to working from office. So these were the major findings that we have been analyzed from our research that has been made, and the conclusion is as follows.
The conclusion we can do by our research are that we can say the new normal is shaping the future of HR in a very good way, but there are many aspects of factors that can be used or pursued in the development area, so that there is good graph seen in the increasing activity of working from home that can result into betterment of industry and also bring very good innovation in the working of HR. And the good infrastructure can be maintained and developed through the work from home. If work from home is given more focus rather than just working from office. That was the conclusion from our research. Thank you for being so patient, audience. We would like to ask jury members if they have any questions.
Okay, so it was a nice presentation, right? After your presentation, what would be your suggestion for the employers after the post-COVID situations from the point of view of employees?
The suggestion?
Yeah. What would be your suggestion?
I would like to give that being habituated to this work from home activity, as the COVID pandemic is not ending easy, and bringing more innovation to themselves only, making the peace with themselves. that yes, this is the new normal and we can bring more creativity to this.
Okay. Over
Yeah,
to you, sir.
I would like to add one point that it is good. Like if every employee can work from their home itself, then it would be a plus point for employers also. So they will have to plus point in the sense that they will not worry to have a huge and giant offices and we can say high class of infrastructure to maintain that standard and stability for the office. So that is office. I mean, the corporates also would feel good to give this work from home.
But don't you think so that employees will feel the difficulty once the pandemic will get over and they have to rejoin the offices again?
Yeah, it is. So it is tough
Yeah.
enough.
So moral and ethical way, there would be some problems.
Yeah.
So that suggestion to companies, right, sir, they can adapt this activity as a permanent activity also post pandemic.
Okay, okay, great. Yes, sir. Yes,
Any
sir.
suggestions from you, sir? Any improvement area?
Yeah, it's a nice presentation. You can improve in your research methodological part in a future way, right? As in when you are going for it, and you can go for more analytical, statistical way. So you can represent your paper in good way, journals, and have some good idea about it.
Thank you,
Yes.
sir.
Thank you. Have a great evening. Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
I don't have, yes, sir. I don't have any questions. Good presentation and good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
We would like to thank all of you for listening to us and giving some suggestions. And yes, of course, to Neelam ma'am for giving this opportunity.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank
we
you.
made like to take away.
Wonderful presentation, Payal and Priyanshri. Thank you. Now, moving forward, now I welcome Ms. Lubna Kadri for the presentation on the title Sustainable Fashion, Fashion You Don't Have to Apologize For. All the best, Lubna.
I think she got disconnected. Okay, okay. And there seems to be some network issue.
Yes, sir.
So ask her to rejoin.
Okay. Lubna, please rejoin. Try to rejoin. Sure.
Now am I audible?
Yes, you are. Yes.
Okay. Thank
All
you.
the best.
Thank you. My screen is visible?
Not now. Not yet.
Okay. Wait a minute. Okay. Is it visible now?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Thank you, Dia. So today my topic is sustainable fashion. Fashion you don't have to apologize for. I'm Lubna Kadri from the Department of Public Policy and Governance with BK School of Business Management, MBA in Event Management. Now, according to Seth Brown, cheap fashion is really far from that. It may be cheap in terms of financial cost, but it is very expensive when it comes to the environment and the cost of human life. Because I may buy a t-shirt for rupees 200, but I may have to pay for it in terms of my life by drinking the polluted water, by having the grains that are polluted, that have been cropped by the water that is polluted, by the smoke that it emits in the production of that cheap t-shirt. So that is what we need to understand. This is what my research is all about. Let's move on. This is the flow of my presentation. Introduction. The concept of sustainable fashion is new, but it is there for around decades and years, but it was brought to light in the early 90s by designers and innovators. The idea that clothing could be made in a way that would maintain ecological, that is, considering the living organisms, the social and the cultural diversity, which India is a master of. India has so many cultures, and encourage innovative business models, which business models we are going to discuss further in our research. And fashion industry, rabid consumerism. Now, rabid is voluntary and extreme consumerism, that I buy and I shop a lot, and globalization. I buy from brands that are far from here, that are from Hollywood, that are from America, and the obsession with having latest trends. Deepika wore it, I want it. Ranveer wore that leopard print, I want that too. So that is what the obsession is, which is creating and which is consuming us, which is consuming our environment and our people and our future generations. Next one, what is sustainability? It was first introduced in 1987 by World Commission on Environmental Development. It is basically that I fulfill my need,
Lubna,
but not
I'm very
compromising
sorry.
with the needs
I'm
of my
very
future
sorry.
generation.
But your slide
Yes.
is not changing on my screen. So I can't see your PPTs.
Them code it is freezed.
Okay, sir. Wait a minute.
I think you may be changing.
Is there a problem for all?
Now it's changing.
Yes, now it is changing.
Okay. Yes, sir. Sir, was this said visible introduction?
Yes.
Okay, so I just completed this introductory part. Now I am moving on to the sustainability. What is sustainability? Is it visible?
Yes.
Hello? Yeah. Okay.
Yes, it is.
So that was coined in 1987. That sustainable development, I fulfill my present needs, but without compromising the need of my future generations. Now, sustainable fashion is similarly the fashion which is organic, which is green, and which includes fair trade. I don't indulge in black marketing. I don't indulge in corruption. That is sustainable. That is slow. I buy a t-shirt today. I don't discard it tomorrow or the next month, but I wear it for years, and which is eco-friendly, which highlights our environment. Next is the purpose of my study. That is, I want to highlight the issues which are there in operational and marketing strategies of fashion or textile industry at a larger scale. It could impact on textile pollution. You know how much 45,000 meters of textile waste is created every day in India. That is 0.69 per capita. That is 1 billion or 1.3 billion population per capita. That is 0.69 meters of textile waste every day on each and every one of us, on each and every Indian. That we need to reduce. Now, what is sustainable fashion? These are the diagrams, and I think I forgot to present my screen. So it is eco-friendly, green, and circular, right? I need to upcycle and recycle. Upcycle is what I have, I make better of that good, and recycle is I just recycle it. I need to indulge in slow fashion. I use it for years. Then ethical fashion. It needs to be vegan and cruelty free. There are no animals and living organisms harmed, or even the human beings harmed by the pollution that is emitted. It is to be conscious fashion, and it has to be eco-friendly, which is green. And this is the label that sustainable fashion mainly exists on the base for sustainable fashion. That is, I care for my earth, I care for my workers, I trade fairly, not with black marketing or not with unfair means. I reuse, I donate the clothes, and I swap it with my friends and family. What are the business models used? Business models are and strategies are taken as one, but they are different. Business models are something that a business is made on. Without it, a business cannot function, a business cannot run, and business cannot be made. There are 5 basic elements for any business which needs to be considered, whether it is a sustainable business or a simple business. The first thing I considered is my people. What is my audience? What is my targeted people? Like Walmart, when it started, it was based on a format of conventional departmental store, and it created a supermarket of its own by considering the population that was rural. So do I want to consider my rural population or my urban population, or both? That needs to be addressed. What strategy do I utilize for that? What is my business structure? How do I process? Do I process it in an eco-friendly manner? How do I treat my employees during that process? Where do I discard my waste? And what rewards am I getting for that? And what rewards am I giving to my consumers? Like Walmart is giving extensive discounts. That is how it captured the market. Next one. This is basic sustainable production and consumption cycle. So first, I need to manage my sustainable resources. then I need to design for sustainability. That is deep for us. How do I design for my sustainability? If I am in the fashion industry, what will I do to design my things in a way that they are sustainable? The clothes that do not create any waste. Any landfills are not filled with my clothes, because there are so many landfills that are filled with waste in India also. I need to indulge in clear production. That is, I don't need to dump my water into chemical that is pollutant water. I don't use chemicals so that pollutant water is created. I use natural dyes. Then sustainable lifestyles, waste management.
Again, I want to say your slides are not getting changed, right? So I think you're on the 7th number slides, so please check. Yeah.
Okay.
Also try to conclude and summarize your presentation, Lubna. We are running out of time.
Yeah. Thank you, Dia. But I think sir is saying it's not visible. Is it visible to you?
Yes.
Okay. So these are the 6 steps in sustainable fashion. And we also have green marketing for sustainable fashion, that is product. How do I produce, what price? Because sustainable products are expensive. How do I promote my product? Not on the conventional newspapers. I need to do it on social media. And what is the place? My store needs to be decorated with eco-friendly products in an eco-friendly way. It needs to have an eco-friendly ambience. The next one is goals of sustainable fashion. I need to shift my consumer's mindset that you don't need to focus on quantity but on quality. What type of quality do you purchase? That I don't exploit my natural resources and human resources. And the lifespan of my product is much more than the lifespan of cheap products. And consumers in sustainable fashion, consumers are becoming more and more aware of sustainable fashion nowadays. I need to indulge in sustainable manufacturing practices. I need to use cotton and wool as mentioned instead of synthetic fibers, and selecting processes that don't impact the environment. And I need to use the harmful chemicals, the harmful pesticides, like we say in terms of agricultural produce. And these are the research questions, like what kind of clothes would my research audience, that was the Department of Public Policy and Governance of BK School. So 46 respondents answered that almost 70 of them want eco-friendly fashion. And from where do they normally purchase clothes? So highest number of people purchase clothes from malls. So from that I can conclude that when I create my own brand like H&M or Zara, I need and I can place my brand in malls so that I can get those customers as well. The third is how they dispose of their clothes. Most of them donate their clothes, that is 41%, and 37% donate them to give them, pass on to their friends or relatives. And what attracts them? The label organic attracts them the most. Next comes pollution on dyeing, that if the pollution in dyeing is not there, they are attracted. Then comes the conclusion. The conclusion is very simple. In order to facilitate a change in global fashion, consumers need to be made more aware. The road is long ahead, but it is not impossible. We had not been using these online platforms, these online teaching methods, especially in India. But now this is becoming the reality, the core reality. Everyone became comfortable with it in months. I can say in a month. So even in sustainable fashion, the road is long, but it is not difficult. Anything is possible. And so is my project. And I hope to create a brand based on sustainable fashion. So it is basically a brand that is recyclable, organic, and eco-friendly, that does not harm us or our future generations, or that does not give us diseases. And this is the website from where I have collected my data. Yeah, sir. Sir, was the slides visible?
Yeah, more or less it was. No need to worry. I mean, in between
Yeah.
it stopped moving, but we could read. It was visible better. No need to worry.
Okay, and was I audible properly, sir?
Yeah. You are audible.
Yeah, okay, sir. Questions, please.
Krunal bhai, I don't have any. If you have, so please ask.
Same, sir. We can proceed further.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Good luck.
Thank you, sir. Sir, I would like to ask a question, if you don't mind. Do I need any improvement, or was that anything that you would like to say?
Okay, you could have collected, your sample could have been little bit larger. That's one thing.
Yeah.
And you could have tried to, used a scale in your questionnaire, and that would have enabled you to test a hypothesis. So, but that's okay. I mean, it's exploratory research only, so there is no need to worry. But I think this you could have, if you would have added, something like this, it would have become good. But still, it was good bit. No need to worry.
Thank you, sir.
Kunal bhai.
Yeah, yeah, and you should try to focus on chapterization part, right? If you want to make it good, and most importantly, the methodological things that you are incorporating in your research. So that should be very precise and clear. So people will get the idea properly. Otherwise, it's fine, no problem. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you, Lubna. It was stunning presentation. Thank you. Now, moving forward with our last participant, but not the least. Now, I welcome Mr. Arun Chauhan for the presentation on the title Consumer Preference Towards Dine-Out Restaurants During COVID-19 Scenario. Over to you, Arun. All the best.
Hello. Yes.
Yes, Arun.
Let me present my screen. Yes. Very good afternoon to everybody, judges, INVICE team coordinators, and audience. A very good afternoon. I, Arun Chauhan, course Defense Management in MBA, DPPG, BK School of School Studies, Professional Studies and Management. The topic which I chose is the consumer preference and towards dine-out restaurant during COVID-19 scenarios. The keywords are the consumer preferences, online delivery platform, dine-out restaurants, and demographic. These are the content to the presentation: introduction, objective of study, literature review, research methodology, gap of the study, overall finding and this discussion, short and pastel analysis, conclusions, bibliography. The introduction to the topic is restaurants are now an important part of daily lives and social intervention. Restaurants today are nothing like a restaurants even 10 years ago. Technology is advancing and industries have all undergone a significant transformation. For your consideration, I have compiled a list of the most fascinating figures and information about the restaurant industries. No doubt, the technology advancement is that today 45% of people eat out in several times a week. Over the past 6 years, the industries have been steadily growing in the same way, shape, type, or more than 80% of restaurants are technology. Consumers are increasingly using self-ordering kiosks, but only 32% of restaurants currently have them. The objectives to the study are to study the customer preference towards health and hygiene in post-COVID times, to study the impact of price hike in dine-out restaurants on the consumer preferences, to study the impact of government COVID guidelines towards eat-out restaurants and consumer preferences. The literature review over the most recent couple of years, the number of meals and quantity of supper eaten exclusively at home continuously diminished. Conversely, the quantity of dinners have taken outside the home has expanded. The eye-to-eye administration in the specific circumstances has accepted customer goal to visit the eateries during the COVID-19 would be anticipated by a bunch of promoting focused boost and purchaser insights and qualities. Many researchers papers on various hospitality sector during the pandemic and effect on consumer preferences have been reviewed to the literature review. The research third goal is based on was the secondary source of knowledge as a COVID-19 rare and the most unique contagious disease of virus. It is transferred to the affected patient cough and sneeze and breathing. So the dining restaurant have to keep more rules and regulation to stop this. Next, the research methodology. The area of research is consumer preference. As the COVID had a very impact on the consumer behavior towards going out, and eating out in restaurants, there are many factors which affect the consumer preference towards eating out in restaurants. The research sectors in hospitality sectors, the aim of the study is to define the impact of health and hygiene, as well as the effect of loyalty, confidence, openness, continuation, and in restaurant dining. The research problem, the study of a consumer preference towards eating out at a restaurant, the COVID-19 scenario. During the COVID pandemic, there are many factors came into the light which got in importance of consumer preference. So it is important for us to study the factors which are affecting the consumer behavior for eating out in restaurant decision. There are different which need to be identified in order to review the hospitality sector as a restaurant, focus on the factor which affecting them in the pandemic. The gap of the study, there has been a research on consumer preference for dining out in a restaurant in countries like Turkey and United States, China, Brazil in the past. But there has been a little research on India. Especially no researchers had worked in Gujarat state. Also, if there is some relevant research subject, it is mostly done by international writers and there is very little research in the Indian context. The overall finding and discussions, the globalization had radically altered the global economy and provided many opportunities for business and industry. Today's restaurant industry is a complex mix of ownership, trends, and management systems. The basic commodity, which is a food and drink, remains unchanged. The Indian restaurant industry has a profitable future thanks to the evident weekend culture in metros and increase in the standard of living of service class people and the emergence of mall and retail culture. Consumer normally consider a number of factors before deciding the restaurants: service taste, cleanliness, venues, loyalty, variety of food available, brand name, and so example of this factor. There are the reason why determining the customer preferences has become a necessary component of research management. The current study discovered a correlation between the customer satisfaction and the preferences for the restaurant attributes. The study shows how customers drawn the restaurant. This is the SWOT analysis, the strength, weaknesses, and opportunities. The strength, the clean and tidy, perfect clean and such characteristics that should be inside in the large eternities. Modest prices, generally large 5-star lodgings and cafes are extraordinary. Better services, help involves numerous things like clean climate, tidy up and clean rooms. Yes, at the last, brand image. Towards the weakness, new establishment, having said before that new eateries has an appeal of many. However, numerous individuals in a segment had faithful to the past brands. Third, restricted funds. With regards to the offering clients of novel encounter of visiting our place at the point it would require a great deal. No uniqueness. The special experience offered by the in such qualities that would make an individual. The area out of the city. The opportunities, new market in the precise, new residential development nearby, no competitor, extensions at the point when the market of local location would be grown at a point, would be a capable of that point. The threats to the study, old and grounded cafe brands are of working their business around there. Along these lines, it is exceptional hard to meet cost with a current income. Increment in the operational cost, different operational costs like worker compensation, building rent, provide exemption, building support are making it hard for the attorney to meet to the pay. The diminished cost by the competitors. The rich and fruitful brands are bringing the cost down to the push to the new contender out of the contenders. Hence, need to be plenty of backup assets to relax and confront the oppositions. This is the pastel analysis. Political factors, component externality affect the eternity business. The public authority needs to be checked. Economic factor, the public authority. Monetary arrangements can influence the matter of this industry. Financial changes to the occurred of the different nation, it can gravely affect the attorneys. Social factor, individuals are currently getting instructed and they are presently well being concise about the food item, quality of food and number of outlets in the areas. The technological factors utilize the TV and IT innovation for the exposure, online request for the natural way of life, or settle on a decision and essentials to send SMS. Legal factors, the labor laws, easy of doing business, intellectual property law, protecting the patents and copyrights, employment laws of the company employer. Several environmental factors, several air and water pollution in the credit service companies, attitude and towards renewable source, moving towards clean energy. These are the some responses received while taking the data. From the gender, you can see that almost 50% is of male and female. This is the employment status, which the responses came. 70% was self-employed. More, this data was shared to the most to the students. That was 43.8%. The annual income where 36% have not shown their income at which they are buying the. These are the some more questions. Are eat out restaurants following the factor mentioned during the COVID times? They have mentioned the blue shows the strongly agree, red shows the agree, yellow to the neutral, green to the disagree, and purple to the strongly disagree.
Arun, sorry to interrupt, but please.
Yes. Yeah, I'm taking to the conclusion. Yeah. What is the overall satisfaction of eat out to the restaurants during the COVID times? Yeah, the conclusion. The effect of the COVID-19 on hospitality industries, it may take some time for the restaurant to recover from the losses during the closure. Restaurant can build run through lenses. The research looked at the various factors influence people willingness to visit a restaurant during COVID-19 pandemic. The second most important factor to remember in the financial aspect for continuing operation while maintaining safety measures. The key third factor is the technology in order to keep operational running smoothly and safely. Customers should be informed about the restaurant safety procedure by receiving a non-returnable guest booklet that explains what is required to with them for their own safety. Customers should be handled with the utmost hygiene and protection in mind. Restaurant workers should be kept to up to date with WHO, state, government guidelines on daily basis. This is the bibliography. Yeah, thank you very much for patiently listening me and giving me opportunity, a stage to present my study.
Okay. Arun, what was your observation during your study, right? So if dine out restaurants during the COVID-19, so what was the observation? Is they growing or they are facing some issues related to this COVID-19?
Sir, the issues were raised by the restaurant owners or outlet as the people are started ordering or using the online platform to order food where it is cost effective and easily available to their home. Yeah, but as the case increases or we are in the verge of third wave, the people have started using the online platform for ordering and reducing the dine out restaurants.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Yes, Jai sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Kunal bhai. Am I audible, Arun?
Yes, sir.
Arun, there were a couple of initial slides you talked about while you were introducing us to the topic. So where did you collect? What was the source of that data? I mean,
sir, yes,
for
sir.
example, 45% of the people multiple times in a week they dine out or they order. So what was the source of the data, beta?
The source of so I shared this my form last year with my friends and the organization where I have studied and to their relatives and towards my relatives, and it was shared like that.
It was based on your survey.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, done. Thank you. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Very informative and wonderful presentation, Arun. Now, before we proceed further, I request everyone to please turn on your camera so we can take pictures of beautiful memories. Please, I request everyone to turn on your camera. Are we done? Okay. Thank you. With this, we end up paper presentation. It was indeed an enriching session. Every participant has presented very well. The results for the paper presentation will be announced after the valedictory session. The link for the schedule is shared with you all in the email. I would like to thank our jury members, Dr. Krunal Soni and Dr. Jay Desai, sir, for their invaluable contribution for the evaluation of the participants. I would like to thank all the participants for putting such great efforts and sharing all your invaluable learnings. I would like to thank the audience for being a part of this wonderful session. We're looking forward to you all for and joining us all in of the upcoming events today and tomorrow. Thank you for being an invaluable part of our International Youth Symposium 2022. Have a wonderful day ahead.
Okay, we have
Thank you,
one more
sir.
thing I want to say. Thank you so much to Dr. Neelam Pansal and PK School of Professional Management Study for inviting me at the 7th International Youth Symposium, right? And be a part of this presentation. And it was a nice presentation from all of you, right? It was a nice attempt by all the students of BK and apart from the BK, right? And all the best for the future and very well done. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for invaluable time.
Thank you.